one of the key areas I look at in regards to OA, and especially in Germany that I've heard from other people, is the availability of like discounts, the availability of bulk buying, cancellation of orders, suppliers aren't so reseller friendly, or like reseller kind of like no questions asked. Tell me about what that's like. I'm super interested because I've considered Germany so many times.
Yeah, I have seen this. Luckily for me, you have not joined. I guess it's a little bit like in all the other countries, right? Depending on the strategies you're running, there are obviously suppliers which are very, very reselling friendly. You can buy in bulk. You can order the same thing 10 times. They don't care. On the other hand, there are more and more bigger shops which have kind of a control mechanism. Then when you reach a threshold per year, per month, whatsoever, you get red flagged and then you are like out of the game with this account. Obviously there are ways around, like in all the other businesses where you can create a second account. You can change certain informations so that you can reopen a second account. But let's say they're getting more aware of it. So you have to really learn each store, how it works, what's the threshold to stay below it. Do not be too greedy because this will bring you for sure on half of the shops in Germany on the red flag blocking list, let's say. Once you understood this game, it's quite easy also with the coupon codes, let's say, which is not as strong as in the UK and the rest of Europe, I feel. Like we have not this many coupon codes. It's not the style of Germans. Let's say they see a price, they obviously search for a coupon code, but it would be unrealistic when you get 50% off with coupon codes. They're like, what the fuck? You wanted to trick me into buying this for the double price. So I think it's like more a negative thing for the shop. But there are ones. It's not as strong as in other countries. In general, I feel it's getting a little bit more difficult because the suppliers understand the game now more and more. They try to avoid this by more restrictions, let's say, by more checks. But still, it's a very, let's say, good place to sell.
So, I mean, from a high level perspective, the way I look at it is the UK generally follows the US because we're both English speaking countries.
Correct.
German language for English is really high standards. So like, but obviously you kind of naturally gravitate towards German language content, should we say? But I also look at Germany as a bigger country than Europe. It has a higher GDP. There is cultural differences in that. And I think, the discounting element is not as big in the UK and definitely not as big as in the US. But I just think there's such a big opportunity there. What's the competition like in Germany?
There are many hobby sellers, but not so many who are really doing a business out of it. So this makes it in the way good. They come and go, but still they are coming more than are going. So this makes it also challenging. You have to find your way around it to find maybe the products which are not so easy to find.
You mentioned it off air. You said you're seeing an increase in foreign sellers. Can you tell me about that?
I mean, foreign sellers because pan-EU, right, which we spoke about at the beginning. So there are many French, Spanish, Italian sellers who can sell very easily in Germany because their marketplace is not as big. They obviously start selling in Germany. The other thing is that I feel also the UK, like there was like a break between the UK and the rest of the European marketplaces, as you may know. And this also reduced the UK sellers to zero at one moment. It was very good for me because there were a lot of UK sellers with better prices than we were getting in Germany. But now they, in some ways, some of them are coming back. So I guess, and this is something I haven't figured out yet, but something I would like to exploit too. There's like a certain program now in place where you can sell to the UK. I already got my UK tax number, so I only need to understand, exactly how the tax-wise, how it's working. Because the UK market, to be honest, has always cheaper prices to purchase from than the rest of Europe. So it's very interesting. The only thing which I'm scared about is, I don't know if you have this also in the US or in the UK now, but certification. So there's like the CE mark on each product, which you have to provide Amazon pictures to prove it's aligned with the regulations. And I feel like there is a complexity in the pan-EU program, which is created by this kind of specific rules to protect customers, right? At the end of the day, it's understandable why they do it, but it makes your life very, very difficult. You have to make sure that each of those countries you're selling in, the product you want to sell is, let's say, compliant with all the regulations. Even though it's European Union, it still has to be in the language of the country. It has to have certain informations in France, which it doesn't need in Germany. And now when you purchase in the UK, I have no clue if they would put on a package German instructions, right? So I guess there comes in a complexity with this European-wide selling, which we will have to find a way around it. But yeah, it's still at the moment very, very easy to do it.
So yeah, like having your own warehouse is helpful for that. But number two is the fact that I think all UK have CE marks because we just kind of naturally normalize. When you think about manufacturing, it's easier to manufacture for the whole of the European Union in one go rather than like departmentalize because it creates more complexity. But I do really understand about the language barrier, and that's one of the advantages in the UK and USA, and also we have Filipino staff. Everything's just English, done. But I also know about like ingredients. In particular, I remember in the UK how many times I had products taken off because they contained like elements of shark. And obviously, like you shouldn't be selling shark. I get that, but like it was just really interesting. Like, nope, this product's of shark. Lost the whole listing. Like, damn.
Listing, correctly.
Yeah, it does
Luckily,
happen.
In Europe, you can try to sell it in other marketplaces, right? You can try to sell it in Italy, France, Spain. So this gives you opportunities that you don't have to go to eBay or a second platform, which makes it even more complex. But still, it is challenging to maintain the listings in all the marketplaces.
Are you seeing like a strategic opportunity in regards to purchasing from the UK and exporting it to Germany to resell there that way? Because you're saying cheaper prices.
Absolutely. Especially beauty. Like all the good shops you can purchase beauty from, they're UK based. So the problem is for a German or European based seller, they invoice. They are not B2B. So we are online arbitrage, right? And in order to claim the VAT, you need a UK tax consultant which claims the VAT there, or you need to factor this in by additional costs, and then it destroys the advantage. So the only way to exploit the UK is when you can claim back the VAT within the UK. This is why I registered to have a VAT number there, because it opens doors, let's say. But still to be exploit, if with this European regulations, I will have problems selling UK products in the EU.
Are you struggling to scale your Amazon FBA business? Well, join the Amazon FBA War Room, which is a community that I've created whereby you can ask questions on our live calls, get free weekly training, and join a community of like-minded sellers. Get a free 7-day trial by checking out the link down in the description below.